Obviously knew it was going to be a hard ball game. That team played on Tuesday night against the number two ranked NAIA team in the country. NAIA's got players. It's a high level of basketball. They led the entire game and lost in the last 2 minutes. So I knew it was going to be a game. I told our guys it was going to be a game. It was not going to be easy. This was not one of those, you roll in a non-one who doesn't have players. They made it really hard on us with their size. They were so small and they just spread us out. We had a hard time guarding them. So we had to, play some lineup combinations that are different for us, which has kind of been going. But it was a great win. I'm thrilled we won. That was as big a win as I honestly thought going in the game. I thought if we won by double figures meant we played well. Winning by 20, I'm super thrilled about.
All right, we'll start down here. Just state your name and your affiliation.
Kenneth Sproul, the statesman. I'll start with Coach. Nice seeing you again. Congrats on the win.
Thanks.
Season opener didn't go as planned, but team really bounced back today. Though it was a lesser opponent than on Monday. Looked a lot more cohesive on both ends. How do you feel about the team's play tonight?
I was happy with how we played. Other than the first 3 or 4 minutes of the second half, we played about as well as we were going to play. We guarded them. They had that 4 minute stretch where they outplayed us, which is unfortunate because we had one of our two scrimmages. We were up big at halftime. We came out and we were bad to start the second half, and we let the other team back in it, and that was all we talked about at halftime, and we came right out and did it again. That said, got to give them credit. I mean, and I don't want to butcher the Goss. That was as good a performance as you've seen in here from an opponent in a long time. Those are deep shots. At the end of the day, you got to make shots, and he made deep ones that were pressured. We were trying to guard him. So I was happy with how we played. We have some limitations right now. You can do the math and see where positionally we don't have depth in certain spots. We got to figure it out and play through it. So with what the guys had to overcome, I'm pretty pleased.
And kind of answered my next question a little bit, but you guys were up by as much as 18 towards the end of the first half, and Miami Hamilton went on 16-4 run to start the second. How do you feel about the defensive effort tonight?
Well, their start of the second half, we were in zone. We're forced to be a zone team. Our better players right now have size, so we're playing big lineups, which typically works, and it was fine for us. If you go through even Florida scored 1 point per possession against our zone. They murdered us after our turnovers. So really, it was not the zone at Florida that was an issue. Our zone's been good. We came out to start second half, went zone, and they shredded it. And that's why we subbed Tanaj in and went small. I wasn't unhappy with Fitzmaurice at all. I thought Fitz had a nice ball game going, but we couldn't guard them in zone. We needed to be in man-to-man. So it just forced our hand with some lineup stuff. And that's why they got the lead. We almost changed our starting lineup to start the second half and just came out in man. Decided against it. Obviously, if I had to do over again, I'd probably go the other route, knowing the result. But unfortunately, the way the games go, you don't get to know the result until it's over. So.
And no Jared Fry tonight. He was going to walk from boot. Is there anything that you can say about that?
Well, he's going to be out for a while. And we've got a nice crew of walking boots over there. We may need to do a GoFundMe to buy some more walking boots. I think Sean's doing fundraising on the side for more walking boots. Got to get guys out of walking boots, but he's not going to be back anytime soon. It's going to be a while. So that's all I can tell you.
And in the absence of Jared, Tanaj, played, what was it, almost 28 minutes tonight. The first time he's gotten some real burn in his time at Stony Brook. 11 points on 50% shooting. With his performance tonight, will that entice you to give him, a bigger role going forward?
Well, he's going to have to play. We literally have eight. Well, we have 9 guys over there in uniform, and we only have 2 wings. We have Tyler, we have Frankie. Luckily, knock on wood, we haven't had foul trouble at the wings. But Tanaj is really the only other option we have, and he deserves to play. I'm not saying that as a negative. He played very well. We're obviously going to continue to play him, but there's not a hidden guy over there in invisible suit that I can pick. So he's going to be in plenty.
And then last one for Coach.
Still a ways away. Not even doing workouts at this point, so I couldn't tell you, but he isn't close either.
And then I have one for Frankie and Kenan. Start with Frankie. You finished with double-double, 13 and 10, 50% shooting from both from the field and three. How did you feel about your individual performance tonight?
I felt all right. I mean, I just took what the defense gave me and just rebounded. So I mean, I did my job. So I'm pretty happy with it.
And Kenan, new career high tonight, 20, what was it, 29? Yeah. 4 assists and 3 rebounds. You told me before the season started that you're a guy that shoots 8 to 12 threes a game, and you showed that promise tonight.
Told you.
Shot 6 for 9, 6 for 9 for 3.
This guy.
Like he told me.
What was going right for you tonight?
My teammates just gave me the ball at the right time. We swung the ball pretty well and just find open shooters. And tonight I was the high hand, but it won't be every day, so we got to keep moving the ball, keep sharing the ball, and find open man.
All right, that's all good. Thank you.
Karen Taffner from the Statesman. I have 2 questions for Coach. First, congratulations on the win.
Thanks.
So the story tonight is Kenan, amongst the other players as well. But with 29 points, 9 from 13 from the field, and 6 threes and 4 assists, how do you feel about his performance? What do you hope for him going forward throughout the season?
Well, I hope he can bottle that and do it every night. That'd be great. That'd be the player of the year. He was fantastic. Kenan gives us versatility, and he can play multiple positions. He's a big guy we can pass to on the perimeter. He's one of our best dribblers, one of our best passers, one of our best shooters. Frankie, same things. So when you have front court guys with size that you can run offense through, it makes offense easier. And like Kenan said, he had the hot hand tonight, but he's aggressive, and there's going to be nights where, they're not going to go, but we need him to shoot him. He's a big part of our offense. He's a big part of our team. And the thing I like about him is he's got an edge. He likes to compete, and he's tough, and he doesn't like to lose, and he gets mad when things aren't going well, which is needed on a team. And I've loved having him. He's just done a terrific job.
And then also a very good game from Frankie tonight, with 13 points and 10 boards. How do you feel about his play as well, kind of him going throughout the season?
Yeah, Frankie's a huge key for us. I mean, Frankie's a guy that, he's our best rebounder. He's our most consistent rebounder. And then offensively, he stretches the defense. I mean, you can't give him time and space to stand and shoot it. And, when you have 2 guys that are front court guys that can stretch the defense like that, I'm hopeful that as the guards get more comfortable and experienced and confident, they're able to get to the rim more. We're not getting to the rim from the guard spot near enough. But, when you can stretch it like these 2 guys stretch it, I think that's something that'll come for us here as we move forward. As some of these younger guards just get some game minutes. But Frankie knows how important he is. I mean, I'm talking to him all the time about not fouling. We can't have careless fouls from him, and he likes to be physical. And Frankie, it's funny because when he was like in high school, I mean, even you would probably admit, like, he wasn't a guy who was a banger. He was just a standstill shooter. He's developed and worked super hard over the last 4 or 5 years to become an all-around player. He can hurt you in the post. He can hurt you on the offensive glass. He can still stand and shoot it, and he can pass and dribble. So, he's super big for us. And if we're going to have success here early, it's going to be because, he's a big part of it.
Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm Dean. I'm here with Newsday. Nice to
Hi,
meet you
Dean.
guys.
How are you?
First, coach, just with Miami, Hamilton scoring the 10 straight out of the half. What do you tell at the timeout? What do you tell the team specifically? I know you mentioned kind of he was frustrated with the scrimmages and stuff, how those went. What do you tell him specifically?
Well, we called timeout, and I just reminded him how much I liked all of them, and that I asked him if they could just try a little bit harder, and it was something like that. That's how I remember it. I wasn't happy with our competitive spirit to start the second half. I thought we got into the mode of a little comfortable because we had the lead and didn't come out with the necessary energy, and we started in zone. Bad coaching. Shouldn't Should have come out in man, but we were in the zone. We weren't flying around like we flew around in the first half because we started the game in zone and they didn't score any threes. That's why we went back to it, and it backfired. We had a turnover early, which was frustrating because that's not something we've done. I can live with missed shots. We're going to miss shots. These guys are great shooters. I mean, Frankie's open, shoots it and misses it. Kenan's open, shoots, misses. Tyler shoots, open, misses. Okay, next possession. I feel like they're due to make one when they miss. When you throw the ball to the pep band, hard to be forgiving on that. You throw the ball out of bounds. That's hard. That's hard. So I thought we just didn't have the right mentality to start the second half. We talked about it. We said all the right stuff, but we didn't execute.
You guys, how do you feel the energy changed on the floor after that? Certainly had it under wraps after the timeout. And how do you feel that kind of motivated you guys?
I mean, we kind of just locked back in and focused back up. And we knew what we had to do to keep getting better. So I feel like after that, we just kind of just was like, all right, we're going to settle down and get back to the basics and just try to win each 4-minute segment. So that's pretty much what we did, lock back in on defense and control the glass.
You answered for me. So.
And then this was your first game at home here at Stony Brook,
Yeah.
right? How was the experience? What do you think you remember from tonight?
That's great. The fans were great. Great atmosphere. Everybody was having fun. I mean, I know Coach and Frankie had. So winning is always fun. Losing is not. So that's it.
You said that the 6 from 9 from 3, you want to do better.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you left anything on the floor tonight? Do you feel like you got more to give?
Definitely. Gotta make my free throws. I mean, you're at your free throws. You beat the team by what? More than 28, 30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have helped. We would have liked you to make them.
Free throws, that's all. Yeah. Free throws. 6 for 9 is okay, but I like 7 for 10. 8 for 11. I like that. So.
All right. Thanks, guys.
guys.
Have a good night.